before the game, you got.
Yeah, we did. And it was 59 minutes of real smart hockey, and a lot of hard work went into it, you know, but we made the game simple enough on ourselves to be able to work hard. Our shift lengths were so much better than last night.
How about the defense or something?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's so much easier to stay up as a defenseman and be positionally sound if you're getting pressure from behind. It forces them to move the puck quicker, doesn't give the opposition the alley. And, our defense were able to shut that down and then, you know, get more energy block shots and do all the good things that you need to do to play well defensively. Just we have better energy.
The fact that you had to come back against these guys, that you learn anything about your team?
You know, I really thought, and Chip and I talked about this, that the first 14 games would tell us an awful lot. And I'm really proud of the way that they've learned their lessons and seem to bounce back. And we've had some tough stretches, and certainly this is as tough a physical grind as I think I've ever seen here. And whatever it is, 12, 13 years in the NHL for a team to have to go through what we did and then respond on the last game with a very heavy schedule and play maybe our best defensive game of the season. We're really happy with that.
What was different defensively, going from giving up 50 shots to only limiting 20?
Well, our shot clock guy isn't on Red Bull. There's something to that. And I think so much of it was the back pressure by our forwards allowed her to, you know, we didn't give up nearly the odd man rushes that we gave up last night. Shift length for me is still the biggest thing for our team. To run an aggressive forecheck and to skate, you have to have short shifts, and I thought we did a really good job of that.
So you talk about the penalty kill. Sorry, at the short end, it seemed like we got some momentum from that.
Yeah, the good kills, and then 5-on-3 didn't get frozen. You know, we went with 5 forwards to get some motion, and you know, even if we hadn't scored on that 5-on-3, at least you get to live with it because you made the goaltender make a bunch of saves. You can get momentum on the power play. You don't score as long as you feel like you've moved and you've done some things. I'm glad they scored because they deserve it.
You've seen a bunch of rushes down the right wing in your career from Cole.
Yeah.
Where does that one rank?
You know what? He is probably the quiet player of our group that hasn't been talked about much, but he's had an outstanding start to his season. When you look at the goal that he scored last night, to muscle the puck to the middle on 2 guys and score that goal, he's, for me, skating as well as I've seen him skate. He's powerful. And that line, we keep going away from it, but it comes back to those guys. I'd like to see them when they get some rest in between games and can put a string together where they have some energy, because they're a heck of a line for us.
When I asked Tromo about the difference between last night and tonight, you know, that you can only change so much in 24 hours, his response was, it's all up here. He said, and it's, you know, you can't play 82 games at the exact same level, but I think his point seemed fair that sometimes it's in your mind and recommitting, isn't it?
That, and then you have to, how did you get to that game? And we'd scored 7 goals. And you go into that game now, and all you remember is we scored 7, and this is an offensive game, and we just cheated to offense the entire time last night and hung our defensemen out to dry. And our shift length was such that even when we wanted to back check, you couldn't. So those are the things that will kill a team. I thought that was the best game. 59 minutes of the best game that Eric Stahl's played this year. And I only scored 2 goals, but it was all the other things that he did: the patience, short shifts, leading by example, and that is the mental part of the game. Your leaders have to buy into it. And Ian Sutter, and I thought Timmy Gleason banged a little more tonight, which is good. We got some fine play from our older players.
Were you trying to get Eric a hat trick?
I wasn't. He apparently was.
He was.
2 minutes.
He kept saying 59 minutes, 59 minutes. So I figured picked up on that.
With Jeff's continuing success, how do you keep the expectations from not getting too high and putting too much pressure on him?
Well, we don't. The pressure's not going to come from room for him to do anything but what everybody else has asked. But I want to be careful about also putting limitations on what he's capable of doing. So to me now, he's just a hockey player. So it is a good question, the difference between expectations and limitations on what a guy can do. He's in all of our offensive opportunities, the 5-on-3 now on the blue line. He's a very, very good hockey player, and I think we're going to enjoy watching to see what he can